Welcome back, Cardinals, to another season of Cardinal Sports. I'm Jake Schackinger.
And I'm Juliana Scalamandri. For those of you who don't know what Cardinal Sports is, it's a show here on PSTV that will follow all things Cardinal athletics.
Let's take a look at how the Cardinal teams are doing.
The men's soccer team is not only coming in this season with a young roster, they're also coming in with a brand new head coach in Chris Taylor. This is Taylor's first year as the head coach of the Plattsburgh State team. He was an assistant coach for them in 2011 and 2012. In between his Plattsburgh stints, he jumped around to a variety of New York collegiate teams, including Clarkson and Vassar. The men started off their season at home, where they were just beaten by William Patterson 2-1, the lone Cardinal goal being scored on penalty kick by senior Taka Fushima. Later, the same day, they lost by the same score to Springfield. Junior Jimmy Marchena was the lone tally for the Cards in that game. The Cards finally got their first win of the season and Coach Taylor his first as head coach with their away game at Sage College. They won this contest 1-0. The goal scored by senior Chris Robertson off of a cross from Jimmy Marchena. The Cards then went on a cold streak, losing to UMass Boston, then tying St. Lawrence and Skidmore in 2 scoreless matches. The Cards would then stop the bleeding with the game against Coach Taylor's old team, the Knights of Clarkson. Plattsburgh State won the game with 2 goals to Clarkson's 0. Both Fukushima and Robertson would net their second goal of the season in this match. The Cards next play at home on Friday, the 21st, versus Brockport.
Women's soccer made it all the way to the SUNY finals last season, and despite having a young team, will be looking to make it back there at the end of the fall. So far this season, the Cards have had an almost perfect record. They have won every game except one, where the Cards were shut out by Middlebury on September 12th, and remain undefeated in conference play. The standouts on the team so far are junior Katie Matat, who has 3 goals on the season, freshman Allison Seidman, who recorded a goal and 2 assists in the first game of the season, and freshman Kirsten Villamere, who is tied for the lead in goals on the Cards with 3. Villamere received SUNY Athlete of the Week for women's soccer, along with graduate student goalkeeper Taylor Adams, who has recorded 3 shutouts already this year. Come see the Cards play at home next Thursday, September 25th, versus St. Lawrence at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse at 7 p.m.
The tennis team is returning 6 student athletes from last year. Among them are Kelsey Henn, Sierra Barrett, Nadine Chardouli, and Erin Wiggins. There are 7 new faces on the team, including Megan Blake and Emily Griffin. The Cardinals started the season off strong with an 8-1 match count win, beating Farmingdale State. They followed that up with a 6-3 win over St. Joseph's College. The Cardinals then had a series of 9-0 games, 2 going in their favor and 1 going against. The Cards swept Castleton on September 5th, then got swept on the 8th. 1 day later, they won every single match against Linden, continuing the string of this back-and-forth season. The Cards suffered an 8-1 loss against St. Michael's, then swept Utica, 9-0. 4 days later, the doubles team of Wiggins and Chardouli received the SUNY Doubles Team of the week of September 2nd. Last year, the doubles team of Sierra Barrett and Kelsey Henn won this award. We caught up with Sierra, who talked to us about the ins and outs of being a student athlete on the tennis team.
I think it takes a lot of work and organization for sure, but as far as like managing time, you really have to dedicate yourself to your studies before and after practice, and then give yourself like the needed breaks that you have to take every day or whenever. But really like focusing on what to do and when to do it is important as far as like schoolwork, time for practice. Just really prioritizing your time, I would say, is the biggest part of being a student athlete. At school, I would say between like my coaches and my team are my biggest supporters. Just always wanting and like pushing you to do your best and be your best self, and that's like really important to me. So. At home, definitely my parents and my sister. It's nice, we live local, so they get to come to every home match. They travel normally to Binghamton for our end of the season matches. My dad's always been very hard, like pushing us to do as well as we can, practicing all throughout the years of high school and middle school. So definitely a very positive role, just always wanting to do better and practice to get what you deserve. Actually, Coach Curl came to my last high school match when I won the championship, so she got to talk to me a little bit then about it and recruited me kind of right after my high school season ended, so that was nice to have that support coming into school. Being doubles team of the week last season, that was probably one of my proudest achievements of last season, just because I feel like we worked hard my partner Kelsey Han and I to get wins throughout the season, like consecutively, in order to get that accomplishment. So yeah.
Let's head indoors and check on the Plattsburgh State volleyball team. They come into the season with a very young team, having only 3 juniors and no seniors. Even with the youth of the team, they are still looking to make an impact on the season. During the first tournament, the Best Western Cardinal Classic, the Cards won 3 out of 4 matches. After the tournament, they have yet to win again, taking losses in 7 consecutive matches to Swarthmore, Stevens, Mount St. Vincent, Union, Wentworth, Skidmore, and Wells. We'll see if the Cards can get back to their winning when they play Brockport tomorrow, September 21st. Stick around, because after the break, we're going to take a look at one of the least known teams and sports on campus.
We'll check out how the men's and women's cross-country teams are doing after the break. Cross-country is one of the least known sports here on campus, but we wanted to give you guys an update on how their season is going.
Let's check it out.
So we had the season opener. We hosted Norwich and Potsdam, and we ran 5Ks on both sides and had a good, just easy introduction to the season. And then the next weekend we had the Cardinal Classic, had a few more teams. The men ran a 6K, so we had a nice progression up in distance before they go tomorrow to St. Lawrence and run their 8K. And the women ran the 5K again, so they were able to see just improvement from one week and do things maybe a little bit differently than they did the previous weekend. So one thing was definitely the progression of our races and moving up from a 3K time trial up to 5K, then 6K. The women, on the other hand, didn't have as much of a progression, but the 5K to 6K isn't as big of a jump as it is to the 8K. We had a little bit more volume in our workouts, and we're gonna meet today and talk about the course and kind of the strategy going forward with tomorrow's race. I felt great. He ran really well in our time trial, so I can't complain with that. And just came in and summer training is so important for someone that he was coming off an ankle injury last summer. He wasn't able to get as much training in. So with a full summer training under his belt, came in, he's ready to go. So he didn't feel that great at the Cardinal Classic, and hoping that tomorrow at St. Lawrence he'll be able to go after, towards the top. I think it just allows us to get some good quality training in, and we get to focus and emphasize the race a little bit more when we have them. So this weekend at St. Lawrence will be certainly a challenge, and hopefully the following weekend at RPI we know will be just as good of a meet with even more competitive teams, and we'll make adjustments from this week to next week, and we're definitely prepping to race stronger next week, and then have a week off, then go down to College and race on course. So we've had a lot of people run on with it from our team, and then week off, go into SUNY. So bigger emphasis on the races we do have, as well as the training we're doing in between. We are working more in a pack strategy this year so far, and I think that's made it easier in race time and really carries over from workouts into the races. So I think on the men's side we are very, very strong for 10, 11, 12 runners, and then we have on the women's side a couple of newcomers that are finding their place and doing very well. I think top 5 is a goal for both teams. We know that we lost some strength from last year, but at the same time feel that there are certainly some teams that we can beat. and we're just working to get better and working to get ready for those races.
Up next, we bring back a fan favorite.
Stay tuned after the break for Totally Teammates.
Hey Cardinals, it's time for an oldie but a goodie.
This is Totally Teammates.
What's up, everybody? I'm Annie Campbell, and I run cross country for Plattsburgh State.
I'm Christina Witropski, and I also run cross country.
And
And
we're
we
totally teammates. I will be describing first. Okay, so this is when two people are like neck and neck right at the end of a race, and it's called
Tie.
Yeah, but like they have to, like,
Photo finish.
yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is one of the ones I hate the most, events, because it, like, you rely on other people.
Relay?
Yeah. This is when you score 3 goals in hockey. That was it? Oh man. Come on, Christina.
All right, so this is a type of pitch in baseball when the ball kind of
Fastball.
goes out of slant.
Curveball.
Yeah. In gymnastics, if you are doing tricks on one of these, it's
Bounce
slightly
beat.
slanted.
It's uneven bars?
Yes. Opposite of that, a straight one.
Straight bars?
Like, if it's like,
Parallel bars.
yeah. If a
Oh my god, we're so bad at this. Ooh.
basketball, shoot. Rabbit, bunny, bunny hop, bunny shoot, bunny dribble. What? Bunny top. Bunny basket. Bunny basketball. What? Basketball bunny.
Space Jam!
What?
You've never seen that? Did you know it?
I've never seen Space Jam.
Well, me either, but like I know what it is.
I would never guess bunny.
It's
in there.
Bugs Bunny playing basketball. Okay. Miracle on Ice. What? Miracle?
Yeah.
Okay. I
get that?
thought. I mean, I thought you were skating.
Yeah, I'm starting to.
So, like,
It's just miracle.
we scored 10 out of 30 points.
Tune in 2 weeks to see if anyone can beat us.
Before we wrap the show up, let's take a look at some upcoming home games for the Cardinals.
Looking ahead for tennis, we have 2 home games in the next 2 days. The Cards play at the tennis courts behind Memorial Hall on Friday at 3 p.m. against Oswego and Saturday at 11 a.m. versus SUNY Cortland. The women's soccer team plays on Tuesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. against St. Lawrence. Then they play Potsdam on Saturday, September 29th at 1 p.m. Both games happen at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse.
The men's soccer team plays Friday, September 21st at 4 p.m. against Brockport, and they play Geneseo the next day at 1 p.m. at the Fieldhouse. The volleyball team doesn't play until October 12th against St. Lawrence at 8 p.m. in the Memorial Hall Gymnasium. They play 2 games in the same place the next day, one against WPI at 12 p.m. and one versus Gordon College at 2:30.
For more information on the Cardinal teams, go to gocardinalsports.com.
Tune in next time for more Cardinal sports action.
Thanks for watching, Plattsburgh.